Let's read this Gosney foreword. I'm perfectly content to not go into these topics tonight, which I will as well. We're still going to go into them. All right. So this is not the longest forward in the world. So, but bear with me. I'll just read it to you. It's in an email, so I'm not going to share the screen. You'll just have to listen for a second. All right. And this is important because I really do. I mean every word of this. And I think that so Gosney's first book is a very nerdy endeavor. His second book is much different. And I'm going to convey that, I hope, in the foreword. All right. Here we go. What is freedom? How do we define liberty? We find answers to these critical questions in law, in philosophy, and in myriad theology. But what use is the ultimate definition of freedom or liberty? My friend Steve Gosney endeavors to begin addressing this question. As a lawyer, a Christian, political commentator, and lovable degenerate, I've encountered multiple approaches to the critical questions of essential liberty. Wise men have attempted to codify liberty in text, from treaties to sacred constitution. Yet, these definitions often lack substance and practicality. We're left with esoteric concepts of liberty and freedom rather than a practical pursuit of those concepts. Knowledge for knowledge's sake is nice, but the application of knowledge to one's self-improvement is an actualizing adventure that Steve is eager to kick off in this book. Steve came to my talk show through our mutual friend Andrew Branca, and his deep thinking and admirable optimism defined him immediately as a man of character and import. He's a prolific thinker and writer whose articulate thoughts and vast legal expertise empower him as an advocate and educator. His value to the layperson and expert alike is immeasurable, but his humble and sunny demeanor keeps him accessible to all. Steve's life work is spent in service of others, but those others are a subset of defendants in criminal trials. This book expands his life service to any and every reader. The book challenges all of us to a more robust understanding and fervent pursuit of freedom and liberty. He encourages us to do this by embracing personal responsibility, maximizing our effective influence, and embracing self-actualization at the highest moral and psychological levels. Individually, we will build a collective of freedom fighters who are eternally vigilant against tyranny and the unprepared nature of our neighbor. By ensuring and realizing liberty for ourselves, we will define and preserve it for our brothers and sisters. Enjoy and absorb this book. Embrace the vision of actualization that Steve lays out for us. Endeavor to free yourselves from your government, your environment, and ultimately your own limitations. Peace. Peace. There you go. That's the foreword to Steve's book that I wrote last night. So just for those of you who thought maybe I didn't do it, because people thought I may not get. I honestly had no idea that Steve needed that forward done by today. I didn't know, so I thought I had a couple more days. Was trying to absorb a little bit more of it and taking my time because I'm lazy, and I just hadn't gotten around to writing it yet because I thought, you know, he was still a couple weeks away, still doing. He was emailing me revisions still. I'm like, oh, okay, you're fine. So I thought he had time, but once I found out that he was, you know, that he needed it today to go to the printer, I was like, oh, I fucking got you. He tried to like do this thing where he would interview me and like just transcribe it and all that stuff. I'm like, no, I'm going to write your damn forward. Of course, you asked me to do it. Embassy, good to know you didn't start until last night. No, that's how I write though. That's how I write. I write in my head for days or even weeks at a time, and then I sit down and I write out a draft, and then that's done. That's how I've written forever. I don't sit and like write something and then go back and revise and revise and revise. That's how I do it, man. Yeah, Valhalla waits. I know it's already at the printer. He sent it this morning. He told me last night, he's like, oh, it's going to the printer tomorrow. I'm like, I got you. I will have this in your inbox before it goes to the printer.